Uh, Welcome to the greatest podcast in the world ever. So today we have our host Jason Florez and
Kristian Cisneros.
okay. Now today we're going to talk about problems that's going on in the U.S. United States right now. Now, the White House and Congress are near budget deal. Explain to me what's that?
So the budget deal is a deal that would increase domestic spending over the next 2 years. So that's good for the people. And the downside for that, though, is that it would make cuts in social programs and raise the federal borrowing limit. So people aren't necessarily happy about that, but Congress is trying to do whatever they can.
Okay.
Even though it was calculated to raise spending by 80 million, not including emergency war funds. It comes from cuts on Medicare and Social Security disability benefits and multiple other savings.
Okay, so this is an outrage. Like they're going to cut Medicare funds and what was the other one? Social Security to increase the budget deal.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's absolutely there seems no reason for that.
Congress is trying to please a certain group of people, but they're
At the expense to the lower class.
yeah. And
It's
unfortunately,
horrible.
the lower class is a majority compared
Exactly.
to the minority.
Go on.
It may also include changes in the nation's petroleum reserve, so they might continue to change gas prices as well. Rank and file House Republicans opposed the deal because they require that there's adjustments on mandatory federal spending programs.
Okay.
And Obama and the Democrats have stated that a raise in military spending would need a raise in non-military programs as well.
Well, it makes sense because, first of all, I believe that there's no reason for more military spending, even because we are the most powerful military force that we have, and I would believe that. But yeah, it does make sense to increase the non-military funding for the stuff that we don't need to go to war for everything. So like a worldwide travel alert was rescued due to possible
Terrorist threats.
terrorists.
So the State Department did issue a worldwide travel alert because they believe there's possible risks of increased terrorism threats. And there is information that they obtained that ISIS, Al Qaeda, Boko Haram, and other terrorist groups continue to plan attacks in multiple regions. They also believe that these attacks will continue as members of ISIS return from Iraq and Syria through the Syrian refugee situation that's going on.
The whole ISIS thing is just horrible. The attacks on Paris, but then the retaliation that France had on Syria in order to at least hurt the ISIS group. But yeah, the whole thing is just a horrible thing where they're willing to take away innocent lives in order to make a point, and it's just stupid.
It's extremely ridiculous.
Yeah.
The State Department has also advised Americans to exercise extreme caution when in crowded areas, and they also say be careful during holiday events because crowded areas occur a lot in holiday events, and they may not know when a bomb may go off.
That's true. The anonymous as the as a activist hacker organization actually came up with actually waged war on on ISIS, saying that they've come up with places where the ISIS might see to attack in the near future. They come up with Atlanta, Georgia, yeah, places like that. But Obama has told his administration to accept at least 10,000 Syrian refugees, which is understandable because they're at the mercy of ISIS group organization right now. And they said they would, but obviously there's some states that aren't some states aren't fully accepting the Syrian refugees, which is there's no reason why not to.
They also stated that they would only accept Syrian refugees through an increase of certain scanning procedures to ensure that no terrorists are able to come through.
Okay,
And they state it's not only for the people of the U.S. protection, but also for their protection as well. So
okay, that makes sense because obviously we don't know any more terrorists in the country. It's a big no-no. Okay, John Kerry said it may rise to more than 10,000 refugees. Actually,
yeah, it may rise more than that, depending that about 70,000 Syrian refugees are coming out of Syria right now, and multiple other countries.
Yeah, because right now, I think the Syrian refugees are just looking for a home, not really, because since Syria is in such a war state, that they're not. They're just looking for somewhere to call home right now. However, the background and stunning procedures will continue and will not be relaxed.
Yeah. Thing that the people are very angry about right now is that they have raised the alerts because of terrorist threats, but the government is also including their children as well. Now, these are just families who are trying to escape out of a very troubled time. They don't want any trouble. They just want a home to live in, to develop their lives and all that. And the people of the U.S., France, everyone, they think they deserve that. But the recent attacks of ISIS have changed the opinion of many because they're afraid that not only will their lives be ended, but others as well.
Yeah, they end up stereotyping a group. They end up stereotyping people because of the mistakes, or not the mistakes, but the actions that others do, and so they end up being grouped up as those people too, which is horrible.
Yeah, some families actually, because as soon as the ISIS attacks occurred, they had flights to come into a certain part of the U.S. Their flights actually got redirected so that they could go somewhere where they could be detained in a proper way. And an opening question for you: all these attacks on ISIS and all this about the new budget deal, how do you think it would affect what's going on right now?
Well, obviously the ISIS thing affects the United States personally because we had the 9/11 attacks a while ago, but never forget that I think we're in a very scared right now. We're really scared to let anybody in that looks different or that looks like people who, quote unquote, terrorists would look like. And so I think that it doesn't really help those that want to come here because it doesn't help those who want to come here because of the for other reasons besides to hurt the United States.
And the events and the belief of Americans that have been going on right now, they're kind of contradictory because we want to let immigrants in, but now we're afraid to. But America was built on
it's the nation of immigrants.
It's a nation of immigrants.
We take pride in saying we are the melting pot, but we're choosing which ingredients we put into the United States.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great day. It is November 24th, Tuesday, and
we hope you all have a great Thanksgiving.
This is the greatest podcast in the world. Remember that. Hosted by Jason Florez and
Kristian Cisneros.
Okay.